America, it will be very difficult to see somebody or group of people who will just come and begin to spread falsehood, even preaching such a pulpit. They don't do that. It's very rare. But in Nigeria, it's a culture, it's a habit. You are celebrated when you pass wrong information. So in such a society, what do? It means there is need to control certain behavior. And that is the essence of law. Law is meant to control society. Law is meant to regulate society. It's a code of conduct. In Nigeria today, people are talking about social media, gagging, and all that. For me, I don't see in any way that a bill or a law against frivolous posts on social media and all that will gag people from criticizing government. There is a difference between spreading of falsehood and criticism. For instance, I can say Buhari policy on A, B is not doing well, and this is the reason. Rather than saying Fulani people are killing people, Fulani people are doing nothing, Fulani people are planning to invade our land and all that. All these are the things that I think such a bill will want to curtail. We are in a very precarious situation. Our problem is not the issue of slander, libel, and all that. Those are the ones we have in our Criminal Code Act. These things are not properly, defined that encompasses social media or this misbehavior that we see is on social media and all that. So, see, if we are threatened by disunity and we come to discover that the source of this or the fuel that fuel this disunity and all that is through the social media and other fallacious statements and all that, what do? Do we allow them to continually to thrive? The answer is no. So the bill is meant to protect the state and to protect the individual. So if you are to publish or to post anything, you must be sure of the information. You must believe or you must have evidence to back it up. You don't just wake up in your bedside and in the morning you post something that the Robo people are planning to attack Ikwere people. Oh, the Ikwere people have invaded the Eshe people and all that, and you print a picture somewhere and you put it right up and you send it, and people will begin to resend and re-forward and all that, causing tension in the state. These are the things I believe such a bill wants to tackle. It is not criticism. Nigerians are talking about freedom of expression and all that. All these are creation of the law. The law created them. And it's the same law that tells you that nothing in section 37, 38, 39 to 41, 42. Nothing in this section that prevent the state as a government or whatever from acting on them on security, public peace, and public health. So the Constitution itself actually tells you that whatever right that you enjoy today is not absolute. The government have the right to actually deny you certain of this right based on certain reasons. And the government through the National Assembly are trying to put up laws, using their powers as created by the law to ensure that there is peace, there is harmony in the society. And that will be achieved through tackling of the social media. Recently, I think around February, UK as a nation, UK as a people and as a government are also planning to regulate social media. This came out around February this year, 2020. They are trying to sanction Facebook, Twitter, and the rest of them if their platform is used to propagate harmful content and all that. So what about Nigeria? Is Nigeria bigger than UK? Those who are living in UK, are they not human beings? So if Nigeria now deem it fit that no, we have a problem, and the fuel that is fueling this problem is hate, is social media that is being used to propagate falsehood, is social media that is being used to create tension in the society. So what is wrong if a law is put in place to ensure that this thing doesn't exist? It doesn't stop anybody from criticism. It doesn't stop anybody from analyzing government. It doesn't stop anybody from saying this person has done wrong or this person has not done wrong. If you have to criticize, it is expected that you criticize constructively. You said the thing. If Wike done something that is not right as a government or as a governor, I shouldn't attribute his action to Ikwere people. I shouldn't say Ikwere people are trying to take over our land, because Wike is one person from Ikwere. So Wike's action is one man's action. It's never Ikwere action. I shouldn't attribute whatever thing that chief does to a chief people. No, it's wrong. But these are the things that we are seeing in Nigeria. For I think a few days ago, I was in one church where a pastor was talking about A force that I know that this thing is a force. It's false. That a video was sent to him where some people from one ethnic group are poisoning milk and they want to send it to southern Nigeria for people to drink and die. It is very barbaric.
You can imagine.
It's very, very barbaric. A big church around this East-West Road, I don't want to mention the name, invited a pastor. He said, "I invited me for one program." I was there. One night program when he was preaching, then he came out with some statement that yes, this government is anti-people, this government want to kill this. As I was very interested, that government is wicked, government is that. I was very interested. I wanted to listen to his reason. What was he saying after inciting the people?
That was not social media.
Hold on, that's what. He came up with the reason that one of his sons who have 6 cars. Today, he has just 1 car and he's even planning to sell the other car. I was very interested. What happened? Does he lost his job and all that? God helps us. And the man pronounced it that because the riverine, the waterways had been blocked. That means he was doing something illegal. So that illegal means has been stopped. And today, his son, whatever Christian son or whatever, is no longer having access to illicit means. And today, the reality is telling on him. And these are the things people post. And if you post that today, you will incite some people against some other people. So we must guard this. We must try to regulate the social media. You Afenifere, you Pandef, you Emmy, and whatever, you are not stopped from criticizing government. You can criticize government, but don't make it an ethnic affair. Don't try to pitch one ethnic group against the other. Don't spread falsehood that will create tension. In Nigeria, these are the things we are looking at, and these are the area the social media I think wants to settle. So issue of libel is against individual. Whether Chief Ateketom went to court, it's an individual because he felt that something had been said against him. That thing that was said against him didn't threaten Rivers State. It didn't threaten the unity of Rivers State. It didn't threaten the unity of South and all that. But when things have gone beyond that level, it means it's something that must be tackled. It's something that must be dealt with. And the National Assembly are only trying to exercise their constitutional right to create law for peace, order, and good governance of Nigeria according to Section 4 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. I think that bill is welcome. Let us believe.
All right, you mentioned a lot of things that didn't happen on social media but outside social media. And unfortunately, what laws do you have that confronts with those kind of statements that you found rather inciting?
As today, I think there is one provision in the Criminal Code Act. What we have there, we have inciting to mutiny, we have affray and all that. But there is nothing on social media. We have something on libel or slander, but there is nothing on social media. Nigerians are only looking at my right to expression, my right. And that right was given to you by the law. And the same people who created the law and the constitution endowed them with that responsibility to ensure that if they feel that or they have seen that there is something that is threatening the existence of the state, they can also alter any provision and make whatever law that will ensure that there is peace, order, and good governance of the state. And this is what they are doing. They have not done anything outside the law. And Nigerians are only trying to, it's our character, it's our nature. We always want to resist anything. We don't want to consider the benefit of the thing. It's our character. I remember the other time when Bible app was introduced and all that. People were kicking against it. Oh, don't bring it on this. That is evidence of backsliding. That is evidence of the devil. Don't bring it to our this. But today, we have come to see that it is good and it's actually helping us today. You can just go with your phone. You have your Bible in your phone. But so before now, so many persons will be carrying load. And sometimes say, I don't want to carry this load. You don't go about with your Bible, but now you have it. Somebody says something, you can just quickly open your phone and you access it. Nigeria are very resistant to anything good. We don't want to actually sit down and analyze it. And it's not all Nigeria. Some Nigeria.
Right.
Thank
okay.
you.
Okay, your thoughts there.
Yes, you see, I just
Manuel.
want to correct one thing. He said that is a simple question you asked. Is Nigeria bigger than UK? Yes, is the answer. Nigeria is bigger. But when you talk in terms of being more civilized and all that, UK is. Yes.
The bigger means I'm talking about.
All right.
The
Okay, let's take into
Okay.
consideration the position of Afenifere and the CSOs and the other groups who said they will not be at the public hearing today, even though they have been invited to be part of the public. who will also air their views as concerns the social media. What do you think, Amanda? For some of them who said, look, we're not going. We've already stated this before. They know our position on this, and we don't think that we're not going to endorse any illegality. We will not be there.
For me, I pointed it out. Even in my last comment, I captured it. I said, yes, they are not right. For me, not to attend. You see, if they had attended the public hearing, that is where they'll form a critical mass to resist by way of, according to Amy, resist what has come out by the Senate. But now, it shows also aversion on their own part that they do not at all want anything about the social media bill. So they won't be part of the public hearing or not. For them, A to Z of it is illegal. But whatever informs their position is what I do not know. You see, regulation of social media is in no way illegal. No. But government also could choose, National Assembly could choose to ignore whatever is going there, because like Amy is saying, when you say incitement or inciting mutiny, it has covered everything. If, for instance, there are certain things you are arguing, you are doing, or you are saying, and others take to that, and then started inciting others until it reached a head where you have problems and all that, is it not how mutiny starts and all that? So for me, there are several laws. There are several laws that have taken care of all the ills in the society. We won't be having sector by sector the laws governing them. Are we not tired of laws in this country? While we have the laws, we do not implement any. So for me, those people that said they won't attend, I don't know why. Maybe that's how their aversion is, that we don't even want to touch that particular spoon or pole you are bringing. If not, they should have been there to reject it right in their front.
Chief Lofty.
Ordinarily, I will condemn the acts for the Afenifere and other groups that refuse to attend that hearing. But I'm having a second thought in my mind, because he who wears the shoe knows where his pinches. Do you know that the Bible told us that we should flee away from sin? It didn't say fly, it said we should flee. You see, I'm thinking that these people are running away from temptation, because the possibility that if they go there, there could be some bags of Ghana must go. And if there are 100 there, only 20 can resist to. If it is up to 20 that will resist the bags of, if government actually want that bill to be passed, they can go all in. And the best way for them to run away from the temptation is to stay away. I'm not saying that it is what is good, but it is a possibility. So the best thing for them to do is to flee. As the Bible says, don't even near sin if you don't want to be dented with sin. Just flee. Because if you say you are a Superman, you go to where people are. If you say women cannot attract me, this and that, you go in the middle of women that do all sorts of things. One day, because you have a water and blood running in you as a human being, you may be tempted to say, okay, let me just go and talk to this one and see what happens. From there, you are in. So for me,
so they don't want to be tempted.
Yes. So I'm thinking that the persons who decided not to go to the National Assembly maybe smelling a rat somewhere. That look, if we go in there, because if you go to the National Assembly, just like a market, a lot of people are moving up and down there. Sometimes, even when the sitting is going on, they decide to go for recess. People will go to ease themselves, for a break, take some tea elsewhere, to look for something to eat. Outside there, meetings are going on. You may not know, the left hand may not know what the right hand is doing. And you won't be surprised when you come back. They say, if you agree with what we say hi. Before you even say need, the hi will be on the high side, and you cannot do anything because you are not the one presiding the meeting. The only thing you can do at the end of the day is to run back to the media and complain and protest. Meanwhile, the deed has been done. So for me, I am not actually blaming them, except I hear from them. But for now, I'm thinking that they may have decided to run away from sin. That's why they didn't want to near there.
All right.
From temptation, I mean to say.
Is it chicory cheese?
I'm curious to know why the law will make provision for public hearing open for the public, and yet members of the public who feel so impassioned about a particular matter would leave it for the NGOs, the CSOs, or the social cultural groups to represent them. The way, Nigerians apparently rejected this idea, the idea of this bill from the start, from its outset, I would expect a situation where even though these groups don't attend, I will see members of the public will come en masse, a kind of a protest on their own volition, to make sure that their voice is heard. Until we get to that point, the politicians will find a way to hoodwink, to buy over these groups, labor unions, all these groups we allow to carry our responsibility for us. And when they are bought over, because of our, laissez-faire, lackadaisical attitude to issues that concern us, we will just keep suffering. All we do is to murmur, to talk on social media, and the government will have its way. The law will take its course. So, on the other hand, I think the government should come up with a platform that takes advantage of the electronic media, the social media, for opinion pool, a kind of public hearing direct from the people. We now say, like the Super Tuesday in the US government, we now say, well, on this day, just the day before the public hearing, there is going to be an opinion pool on this platform. Nigerians with your national identity number, to show that you are truly a citizen. Do you support or not? Do you support these reasons? These reasons. These are the favorite reasons of those.
But since they can't do that, they've said that different groups should come. Let them sample that. If they're not going to do anything with NINS or in any other mode like you have suggested, I think this is also standard. If you're having a public hearing, you're saying, please come here, we'll be gathered here at this time. Let's get to speak to you and understand your position on this. What I don't get is why some are saying, look, you already know our position, we're not going to bother coming. Chief Loveday says, well, maybe they're trying to avoid being tempted.
All right.
And they're not going to go there and maybe see a juicy carrot that they might be able to.
I would have loved to go there. Well, he's in Abuja.
It's in Abuja. All right, then. Let me get your thoughts on this here. For the groups that said they wouldn't go, what's your position on that?
Yes, I think first we must understand that in the Nigeria legislative process, there are two ways these are entertained. It's either it is a public bill or a private member bill. Like Chief talk about running away from temptation and all that. This bill is a private member bill. It's not a public bill. It's not from the presidency. It's a member who have seen that this is one problem that is bedeviling us and we need to tackle it. That is why the man now brought up this idea and introduced it today, the National Assembly, and now calling for public hearing. Come as a Nigeria. If you are a group, come and make your contributions. Why the bill should be passed or why the bill should not be passed. And Afenifere and all that are some of these privileged groups that were invited to attend that public hearing. If it were me, what I will do, I will mobilize my group, I will go there. If we are there, I will ensure that we have concrete facts, reasons why the bill should not be passed or why the bill should be passed. If you stay away, it means what you are saying, whatever you people do there, it will cover whatever we are doing. That we will abide by it. I think there was one story my father used to tell us then, that there is a particular man in a community, that in that community, anytime they call for community meetings, he will always call, a friend will come and call, come, let us go to the town hall now to attend. We say, no, go. Whatever you people decide, I will abide by it. That has been his statement and his excuse every time. So this time around, his bosom friend came to her, told him also, let us go for the meeting. He said the same thing. So when the friend got there, after discussion, everything, the friend now rose up that they have something that he wanted, that the community should grant to him, that they wanted one of the wives of this man. that woman is very beautiful. The community should give it to him. And where is the man now? They say he is not here. The friend now said that he said whatever decision that the community reached, he will abide by it. And the community said, okay, if that should be the case, we give you the wife as a go and take it. The man came and told him, this is the decision of the community. He said, no, let us go back to that meeting. They say it's late, you can't go back. So if Afenifere, you are privileged to have been invited, why don't you attend? If you have genuine reasons why this bill should not be passed, if not for because of you felt that you are just playing politics, you felt today because it is one administration. This administration will rule, and one day they will go. Another administration will come in. This thing is not about a political party or one administration. It's about the Nigeria state and our existence as a people. So why don't you go there rather than looking at this thing with the lens of partisan stand? We understood that you hate anything that the government is doing, particularly the Afenifere of Dumakin faction, the Renizers or whatever they call themselves, the breakaway Afenifere group, that Dumaki is the speaker, whatever, the public person. So what I'm saying here is this: if you felt that this bill should not be passed, Odumakin and the rest, there's no point making noise on social media. Mobilize your people, go there and tell those members of the National Assembly that please, because of A, B, C, D, this thing should not be passed for this and that. So that people will look at it.
I'm thinking, do they think that if they go for the public hearing, that it sort of endorses the bill in any form?
Maybe that is.
So if you go for public hearing, you've endorsed it?
No.
So all public hearings that they've had for all the bills were a form of endorsing the bill. Is that what?
No, it's not. It's not. There can't be an endorsement. But what Emi is saying is, when whether private bill or whatever, the Senate itself has seen something that should make them have faith in it. That is why it has reached that stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if the Senate has seen it that way, I bet you they can also mobilize resources. It's a possibility.
Yes.
To make sure that they back that particular bill. And following the trend of Chief of Okere, it could be that these people is thinking that, no, we don't want to go there because we want to avoid the temptation. Mm-hmm. But one thing I want to say is that I think they made an error there. Because for me, with concrete facts, you would have been able en masse to say, no, look at our reasons why we should reject it. And this one is no longer behind. It's right there. However, understand that their boycott, as it were, of this particular thing does not shut the door for rejecting this. Should it finally be scaled through? Because they can still approach the court to challenge it, even though it has become a law. And you see, it's happened where the court will, in fact, obviate the plans that have made that law and say, no, it shouldn't have been this and that. So for me, whatever they have done is their own choice. When it comes to the way that the child is not lying well, they will lie the child well by visiting the court, which goes to the Supreme Court.
All right. That's it. The news update comes up next. Stay with us.
Is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people. Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today 95.1 FM.
Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
Hello and good morning. Here's the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Annie Abdul Salam. The federal government says Nigerian scientists are on the verge of producing a cure for the coronavirus. The Minister of Science and Technology, Ogbonnaya Onu, who made the claim, said a committee from the Nigerian Academy of Science has been constituted to verify the claims of 4 scientists who say they have found a cure for coronavirus and Lassa fever. The minister insisted that there are strong indications that Nigeria is about to record a major breakthrough for the cure of the ravaging diseases. Dr. Onu said the government is offering 36 million naira as an incentive to Nigerian scientists to enable them research into the cure for the virus. This report says that some state governors in the All Progressive Congress were sympathetic to the embattled national chairman of the party, Adams Oshiomhole, are planning to meet with President Muhammadu Buhari. The meeting is believed to be a step in stopping the removal of Oshiomhole as the national chairman of the APC. The governors include Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano, Babagana Zulum of Borno, Adeboyega Oyetola of Osun, Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos, and Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State. Recall that shortly after last Thursday's court order, which affirmed the suspension of Oshiomhole, the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, Kayode Fayemi, chairman, Progressives Governors Forum, Atiku Bagudu, and the governor of Jigawa State, Muhammad Badaru, met with the president at the presidential villa. And now to a foreign scene, at least 11 of the 16 makeshift hospitals in the Chinese virus epicenter of Wuhan have been able to close. The makeshift hospitals in stadiums, schools, and elsewhere treated patients who suffered from mild symptoms. It comes as the number of new coronavirus cases in China has steadily decreased to its lowest number as at today. And with that, we wrap up on the news update here on Today 95.1 FM. Thank you for listening. Have a good morning.
Today is here.